Well, one of the biggest challenges facing the industrialized world are growing disparities. We see them in earnings, we see them in employment, and we dream of education as the big equalizer, the opportunities for everyone to succeed, and that's not what the data are showing. In fact, you can see a few countries, if you are in Finland, if you are in Korea, to some extent in the Russian Federation, there's a lot of upward mobility. But if you look too much of Europe, North America, some people are moving up, but a lot of people actually are moving backwards in education. And the most worrying part is that it is the young people, the most recent graduates, that seeing the least mobility in their life chances. And that's something to worry about.
The number of people with lower qualifications than their parents has increased from 9% among 55 to 64-year-olds to 12% among 35 to 44-year-olds and 16% among 25 to 34-year-olds. At the same time, 42% of the 55 to 64-year-olds attained a higher level of education than their parents, but only 38% of the 35 to 44-year-olds and 32% of the 25 to 34-year-olds did.
What we've seen is that some of the reasons that we look at traditionally as posing barriers for mobility, for example, tuition fees in universities, turn out not to be important barriers. Now, you look at the United Kingdom, for example, it's been very successful to use a combination of income contingent loans and mean-tested grants to give lots of young people great opportunities to move on to higher education. Conversely, what we do see is that countries that have inequitable school systems, where the success in school depends very closely on the social background of children. You look to France, to some extent to Germany, even though Germany has been moving upwards on that. You look to Italy, it's those countries that face the greatest challenges to give students then also later in life access to good learning opportunities. So education systems need to become a lot better in attracting the most talented teachers into the most challenging classrooms and to get the best principals for the toughest schools. That means we need a lot more differentiated profession, better career opportunities for people, better ways to tie the resources that we have to the challenges, to the context from which students come from. On the one hand, our societies have seen a huge expansion of educational opportunities. Lots more people going to get better qualifications. At the very same time, we have still a lot of unemployed graduates looking for a job, and at the very same time, employers saying they cannot find the people with the skills they need. Making education more relevant, bringing education to the people who can need it most, where it can make most of a difference, that remains a formidable challenge. If we don't address this, skills have become the biggest driver of inequalities in our society. The link between skills and earnings, between skills and employment is very, very close. So if we are not building the foundations for an equitable society, we're going to see rising disparities also in the future.